Vinyl community, hey, it's Trevor back with another Flat Rounded Spun, here to show off my 2024 second quarter vinyl acquired vinyl. Yeah, that's it. So I'm filming this on the 4th of July. Thankfully it's morning, so no one's blowing shit up right now. So I'm going to try to make this a very quick video, just showing you what I got the last 4 months, 3 months. That's a quarter, 3 months. I know math. So a while back, Grace and I went to an area of downtown Tacoma known as Antique Row. Can't think of the name of the street it's on, but there's like a full block where both sides of the street have antique shops. And I found, I've seen this record around. It's got a couple variants of the cover, and it's just a really cool compilation from 1971, and that is Pink Floyd Relics. I'm trying to read up on this because, like I said, they have a couple different covers. The original, I believe, UK cover is a drawing done by drummer Nick Mason, and this may be the American original cover, which I had no idea what this was until I read up on it. Everyone just calls it the 4-eye, but apparently this is an antique bottle opener, so I guess you get it right there in the teeth and knock it off. But yeah, this has some really cool singles from Pink Floyd from the early days, and a few Syd Barrett songs, and then a few from the couple years after that. So good stuff, like it a lot. Pink Floyd Relics. Next up, I was finally able to complete my 70s era Judas Priest with one of my all-time favorite albums by him, and that is Stained Class. Just classic, heavy for the time. This is when they're still adding in a little bit of progressiveness into their music. Once the 80s came in, they kind of streamlined their sound a whole lot. But yeah, this is when Priest was just absolutely fierce. So Stained Class from 77, I believe, 78, 77, somewhere in there. Let me know in the comments. This one, I am very close to completing this band's catalog. They only have to reissue one more album, and then I'll have everything. And this is from 2003. Yes. It has Life Is Killing Me from Typo Negative. At one point, Roadrunner's biggest selling band until Slipknot came around. And Nickelback. Watch the documentary on Nickelback on Netflix. It's actually quite interesting. So, yeah, this is their 5th album? Something like that. But, yeah, Life Is Killing Me. Just more Peter Steele, just being self-loathing, fun stuff like that. So, good. It's still a great album, though. Typo Negative, Life Is Killing Me. From 10 years before that, saw these guys briefly at Lollapalooza '93 because they got blown off the stage, literally, because there was a windstorm coming through at the Milan Dragway in Milan, Michigan. And I wish I could have seen a whole set from them. I haven't seen them since, but that is Dinosaur Jr. Where You Been? Just, at the apex of, I would feel, of alternative rock that was going on in '93. Such a great album. I love this album from top to bottom. So good. Loud guitar and just kind of not really forced vocals. There's no really screaming or yelling or anything like that. But Jay Mascis's vocals are very laid back compared to the music that's going on. So good. And got this cool pink vinyl with it. Right on. Next, my buddy Anthony, Gambler 812. You know him, you love him, we all do. As some of you might know, there's a text thread that we have with us two, Steve from All the World's a Stage, Gary at Physical Format Rock and Roll, and Mike MGK Boston. And, you know, we're just talking all the time. And a while back, Anthony let us know about a sale that I think it was like You Discover and Sound of Vinyl, where they were having this major sale. And I jumped on it, and they had the 40th anniversary of Rush's Moving Pictures, and, you know, with the whole gatefold. And it was for $15. I had to jump on it. So the only other Rush I have is Archives, which is like not a compilation, but it's a packaging of their first 3 albums. So it was great to have this classic added into the collection. We all know it. We all love it. And then there was one Friday night, my wife and I went downtown here in our local area. We're having some drinks, and she saw me flipping through my phone at the record store around the corner there, and just window shopping. She's like, if you want to go get something, go get it. So I did. Hey, when my wife says go get a record, I listen. Most of the other time I have selective hearing. But anyway, this time I listened. So I went over there and got the debut from My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. This is a reissue from 1988. Wax Trax Records. I am so glad that they have been resurrected in the last several years and are repressing some of their classics. I don't really want to call this industrial, but it is kind of campy. But it's part of the classic Wax Trax roster. Danceable. Got some kind of cheesy horror elements to it, but real good stuff. So yeah, that's I See Good Spirits, I See Bad Spirits from My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, or as some just call them, Thrill Kill Cult. Another reissue. I got a lot of reissues. Another favorite of mine from the 90s. And when I say this to people, that this is definitely like within my top 10 of favorite albums of the 90s, knowing my taste, they kind of give me the, you know, tilted, questionable look at me. But this is I believe the sophomore effort from Ben Folds 5, Whatever and Ever, Amen. Has the huge hit Brick on it, which is probably my least favorite song on there. But the whole thing is so good, piano driven. You know, listening to it in recent times, I was realizing how much they have in common with Joe Jackson and his, you know, kind of early 80s stuff. So, yeah, from 97, 98, Ben Folds 5. Whatever and Ever, Amen. Now this, I usually don't get box sets, but this one I had to pull the trigger on because A, favorite band in the world, B, it was reasonably priced for a box set. And yeah, I was glad I got this. So I was able to get a nice chunk out of the way of my favorite band in the world, and that is Black Sabbath with Anno Domini. This is the Tony Martin years minus the Eternal Idol, because all these albums, which are Headless Cross, Tear, Cross Purposes, and Forbidden, are all on IRS Records, and the Eternal Idol was on Warner. Now this is my question about why Eternal Idol wasn't included, and I know everyone's like, well, it's different labels. Here's the thing. Warner Brothers owns Rhino Records, which put this out. And Rhino also put out, granted this was like 25 years ago, the Alice Cooper box set, The Life and Crimes of Alice Cooper, and that has a myriad of labels dealt with that one, and they were still able to make that work. I don't know why they couldn't make it work with one more record on here, but that's above my pay grade. So I didn't see many videos of unboxing this, so we'll go into great detail in opening this. I'm joking, there's hundreds of videos of this, so I will spare you that. But yeah, like everyone else has said, it's great to hear all these remastered, and it is fantastic to hear this remixed, because I mean, I have all Sabbath on CD, and this is one I listen to the least because it is just underwhelming, and this almost seems like a brand new album. I mean, the songs are still there, but with the mix, it gives it a whole new life. So it's pretty affordable. If you dig on Sabbath and really unfamiliar with the Tony Martin years when him fronting it, I would highly recommend this album or this box set. So, Anno Domini, Black Sabbath. And finally, just was in a 90s mood, and one of those albums when I first discovered these bands, this was the album that was their most recent release, and that is Sailing the Seas of Cheese from Primus. Great trio out of the Bay Area. This is from 1991. The big hits off this is Tommy the Cat and Jerry Was a Race Car Driver, but there's a ton of other fantastic songs on them. Throughout the 90s and the early 2000s, I saw these guys a bunch of times. Always great live. I probably should go see them again next time they come around. But Primus, Sailing the Seas of Cheese, with the fantastic Les Claypool on the bass, and virtuoso. Is that a word? Yeah, I think I'm pronouncing it right. Anyway, Vinyl community and anyone else watching, thank you for indulging me in talking about records here. I don't know if I'm putting out anything else in the next couple weeks. In a couple weeks, I will be traveling from Seattle to Boston to hang out with a bunch of other vinyl community YouTube channel content people. And throughout the phone thread that I was talking about, it is gonna be fantastic. I am so looking forward to that time and actually meeting these people in person. It's gonna be cool. There's probably gonna be a ton of footage of that too, so coming up. So anyway, VC Vinyl Community, thank you, and I guess we'll talk to you later. See ya!